Well, hey there, rock stars. Sarah Rockin' Robbins here, coming to you live for another prospecting tip of the day. I'm live in Orlando, where I've been serving as a keynote speaker for a really incredible event. And I wanted to make sure that I took some time and came to you guys sharing some of our learning, some of the things that I'm going to be teaching today. And today I'm going to be talking about the power, but also the price of our profession here in network marketing. Before we get started, as we wait for people to populate in, let's go ahead and get acquainted. If you guys don't mind, go ahead and comment below who you are and where you're tuning in from. If it's your first time watching, click a number 1 in the comments because I would love to warmly welcome you. And guys, this is going to be a good one, a juicy one. It will surely inspire your team. So click the share button on your team page or tag your team below for a chance for a shout. Remember, as always, the more who knows, the greater your team will grow. As you're introducing yourself, I'll introduce myself real quick. Who am I? I am Sarah Robbins. I'm a former kindergarten teacher turned network marketing top leader. I am also the author of the best-selling book, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. You can find this book and some really great resources on my site at sarahrobbins.com. And remember, if you order this now on Amazon by hard copy, Kindle, or audio, it's read by me, you can email a copy of your receipt to rocktheaudio@gmail.com, and I'll send you guys 3 free gifts. I'm super excited to share that with you. And by the way, as we're waiting for some more people who's registered for October 18th, it's going to be my Power Presenting Masterclass. And let me just tell you guys, if you like what you learned on today's free tip, it's going to be really incredible content that will complement today's talk. It's going to be more training. And I hope you guys will join in. It's for all companies. All companies are welcome. If you can't make it live, register so you can get the replay. It's sure to rock your network marketing business. It's going to be all on how to talk to people about your products and your business, and really how to present yourself and your company and yourself and your company powerfully in a way where you will actually close people in your business and come off as not being pushy, but professional. First time I've ever offered the course. It's going to be great. Register now at sarahrobbins.com. Look for Power Presenting. Browse through all of our classes there. Register for what makes sense, but it's going to be a really great time together. As promised, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the power of our profession, but also the price. Everything worth creating legacy over also comes with a price. For us, it's not an investment really of money. It's an investment of time and really knowing what our odds are, working through the numbers as we present our products and our opportunity to people as well. I received an article a few years back that absolutely changed my business and changed the way that I thought about presenting. Sometimes we get in our own head, we get in our own way when we share it with one person and they're not interested, or we've got 2 people on our team and somebody quits and that's half our team, and we all of a sudden take it as personal rejection. And what we have to remember is it's not personal rejection, guys. It is personal preference. So for example, my former profession, it's teaching school. And if I offered you a job as teaching a kindergarten teacher, if you said no, I wouldn't think that you were crazy, and I wouldn't think that you thought I was crazy. I would just simply say they don't want to be a teacher. It's not for everybody. So you've got to stop taking it as personal rejection and just start looking at it as personal preference. But the more you share with, the more the greater your set of odds are that you'll find somebody who is interested. So I want to share with you this really great article that changed my life back in the day. I'm making myself a note because there's something else I want to share with you guys at the end too, but it truly changed my life. Now, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to read to you something real quick today. So if I'm not making eye contact, that's why. I teach, by the way, in my social media summit, connect the dot, make eye contact, look at the little dot on your phone. Today, I got to read something to you, and then I'm going to connect with you in a moment. This article changed my business, therefore changed my life, and changed the way that I viewed my own personal progress and my own set of odds, and not taking rejection so personally. So Mark Yarnell, legendary in our profession, minister in a small town in Texas, was headed for bankruptcy and just about to lose his car and his home. He looked for a way out and he discovered network marketing. And luckily, Mark had a wise sponsor. The sponsor gave Mark the promise. He said the business can set you free financially in 1 to 3 years. But he also gave him the price. He said, to succeed, you will have to face and conquer 4 major enemies. And Mark said, no problem. It's a deal. Mark began by inviting 200 friends over his house to watch a video, and 80 said no, not interested. He encountered enemy number 1, which is rejection. He thought, no problem, my sponsor warned me about that. I've got 120 people still coming over. Guess what? He encountered enemy number 2, deception. Mark thought, no problem, my sponsor warned me about that. I've got 70 people who watched the presentation. Guess what? 57 people said they weren't interested. And he encountered enemy number 3, which is apathy. Undaunted, Mark thought, no problem, 13 people signed up. Guess what? 12 of them dropped out of the business shortly thereafter. And he encountered enemy number 4, which was attrition. Attrition left him with just 1 serious associate. But to this day, that single distributor earned him over $50,000 a month. Now, Mark Yarnell's story is not unique. It goes on, basically in this article, to tell some other stories. Bill Britt, one of the most successful distributors in Amway. 2020 did a feature on Amway, and they spent 19 minutes interviewing whiners and complainers, distributors who had garages full of product they couldn't sell. But during the last minute of the show, he was interviewed in front of his home, and he was asked, the business worked for you. What is your secret? He said, there's no secret. He said, I simply showed the plan to 1,200 people, and 900 people said no, but 300 people signed up. Of those 300, 85 did anything at all, right? It's just human nature. Of those 85, only 35 were serious, and of those 35, 11 people made me a millionaire. So like Mark Yarnell, he was working through the numbers. Jason Borrego, co-founder of New Vision, told his story. He was a distributor in a company where he signed up 50 people. He heard so many no's, and on the way to those 50, Jason took one man who he knew would be terrific in the business to lunch. The guy said no. He took him on several appointments after that. The guy kept saying no. And on the 7th month, something changed for the man, and he said yes. And that man made him over $1 million in the business. He worked through his numbers. According to Richard Poe in Wave 3, while starting Amway, Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel, they recruited 500 people. I guess are some of America's richest people. 495 people dropped out. The 5 that didn't quit built Amway. And all of $7 billion of their business was built under those people. Jay and Rich had to work through their numbers. There's so many similar stories. One might think that, and by the way, it tells Jeff, who is one of the top earners in Manatech, signed up 27 people. One might think, he did that his first month, that he's very talented at sponsoring. And he actually would say he's not talented at all. He feels he did poorly. To recruit those 27 people, he had to talk to 200 people the first month. And of the 27, the only person who did anything significant was a guy by the name of Ray Gebauer, who had more than half of the company in his time in his downline. But his word to you is this: the numbers never lie. You have to pick your goal. You've got to get into massive action. If you talk to enough people, you're going to make it. I love what Jamie Walker on my team says. She says, the cure to what ails you in your business, I always say the cure to what ails you in your business is personal activity. But she always says, you're stuck. Recruiting is the answer. Do you know Rita? Rita, that's always the answer. Recruiting is the answer. You don't like your team, you build a new one. You don't like your progress, right? Sometimes we overtrain, we over-incentivize, we over-educate. Education is a good thing, but we think we can make people something that they're not, right? They're motivated to do it or they're not. And if they're not motivated enough by the company's pay plan and all of the programs that are put in place by the company and by your team, what more can we do to motivate? Sometimes, right? Most of the time, all of the time, okay? The cure to what ails us is in our personal activity. I always tell people it's easier to give birth than it is to resurrect the dead. New life, right? New blood brings new life into your business. Recruiting is the answer. Presenting is the answer. So, my numbers. First and foremost, let me say I'm at this event right now, and they've brought a whole lineup of us as leaders on stage. And they've done this several years in a row, and they'll interview the top earners in their company, and they'll say, how long have you been in the business? Anywhere between 5 to 25 years. And then they'll say, how many presentations did you do? Hundreds to thousands. How many people did you recruit? 50 to 250. But they'll go down the line. All of us have different products, different pay plans, and they'll say, but how many people contribute to the majority of your sales? And typically it's just 3 to 5 people. When I look at my numbers, I've been in the business 11 years. I have personally recruited over 300. That led us to build a team of over 300,000 and do over $1 billion in sales, right, in a year. But I look at my total group volume, I would say over 60% comes from 6 of the 300 people that I sponsored. So what is the lesson in this all? Again, we don't look at it as personal rejection when somebody says no, right? We look at it as personal preference. We know that we're continuing to work through our own odds. We also look and we say, if our team's not at where we want them to be, we don't point our fingers at other people. We point the finger back at us and we say, Rita, do you know Rita? Recruiting is the answer. Personal activity is secure to what ails you in your business. We've got to keep recruiting. We've got to keep building. We've got to keep working through our own set of odds. Your success is directly related to the degree in which you're willing to work to find others like yourself who are committed and willing to succeed. Mark Yarnell's odds were 1 out of 50. Jeff's were 1 out of 2,000. Would you be willing to go through 200 people to hear no times 199 just to hear one yes, but that one person would bring in to your income $50,000 a month, or go through 200 people to become a millionaire? Or hear uncounted no's to sign up 50 people to find $1 million person? I hope you will. But of course, it would be easier if you knew the odds up front. I always tell people, would you be willing, if you knew you had 4 gold bricks hidden in your backyard, would you be willing to dig until you found them? Provided that you'd make more money than it would cost to put back together your backyard. The answer is yes, right? The question is not, are there, people that are willing? If there's success in your company, it shows you that people are willing, right? It shows you it can be done again. Here's the catch. You've got your own set of odds and you don't know what they are until after you've succeeded. So if you've gone through 50 or 100 people and you can't find one serious person yet, which by the way, you got to watch my video yesterday. It's called, Are You a Leader or Are You a Leaner? Now there's an in-between. You could be a learner. You're on your way to becoming a leader. But it talks about taking quit shifting, right? The focus and the responsibility on everybody else, and look at yourself. If you've gone through 50 or 100 people and you haven't found a serious person yet, you can either assume the business doesn't work, or you can recognize that you're working through your own set of odds. So guys, are you willing to find out what your own set of odds are? That means you've got to pay the price. You've got to pay the price for the freedom that this business can provide. What is your why worth? The numbers never fail you, despite where you are in skill set, mindset. Your success is assured if you talk to enough people. And as your skill improves, so does your odds. Guys, there's no such thing in luck in the industry. When people say you're lucky, I'm like, that kind of makes me mad because it takes away from my hard work. Yes, I'm extremely blessed. I'm blessed to be a blessing, but here's the thing. I love what Biz Stone says, co-founder of Twitter. Timing, perseverance, 10 years of trying eventually makes you look like an overnight success. You worked hard, right? I work hard over the past 11 years. Are you willing to find out what your own set of odds are? You pay the price for freedom in this business, but it's worth it. Remember, the numbers never fail you guys. Despite where you are in your skill level, your success is assured if you talk to enough people. And as your skill improves, so does your odds. There's no such thing as luck. Winning big is a matter of being willing to pay the price. Are you willing to pay the price? The future is in your hands, and the choices that you make today will determine the course of your entire future. I tell people your blessings are tied to your obedience. Other people's blessings are tied to your obedience, your yes. I wish you guys the most successful future in every aspect of your life, and most certainly in your business. Guys, we've got to keep prospecting. We've got to keep presenting. And remember, it only takes a few. So what is your job? To go for your goals. Guys, I'm going to be doing this class on October 10th or October 19th. I'm sorry. And I'm going to tell you, if you miss it, October 18th, I'm sorry. If you miss it, you're missing out. What is your why worth? I'm going to be talking to you about how to present this powerfully to people. If you want to have these odds, if you want to better your odds, if you want to present yourself and your company powerfully, make sure you sign up. It's on October 18th. It's going to be next week. All companies are welcome. You can't make it live. There's going to be a replay on demand. Thank you, Carol, for registering. If you're registered, guys, shout out. I'm going to be teaching you how to share this over call and casual setting. I'm going to be talking to you about how to present this at a home meeting or at an event. I'm going to be talking to you about how to present this powerfully, online, virtually. Every single element that you can imagine, in casual conversation to virtual presentation, we are going to cover. We will leave no stone unturned. And if you want to know how I've done it, if you want to know how these leaders have done it, this is the class to be at, guys. You might be saying, oh, I can't afford to. No, you can't afford not to. My question to you is, what is your why worth? Who am I going to see there, guys? It's going to be an incredible, incredible time together. Make sure you guys share this video, share that class with your team. The more who know, the greater your team will grow, guys. I truly hope to see you guys there. It's going to be an incredible time together. And so with that, I just want to thank you all who shared this, and wish you guys a great day and a great weekend, and say God bless and goodbye for now. Rock on, rock stars. Mwah. We'll talk to you guys soon.